Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. There's a few things that I love. Stoves, unique stove designs, lightweight packages. This stove meets them all. Stay tuned. You guys are really going to want to check this stove out. As I've stated many times here on the channel, I love checking out new stoves, innovative stoves. I get the opportunity to see certain stoves that are kind of hard to get. One of those is from other countries. People in other countries will see my channel and say, man, maybe this is a way that I can introduce my product into the United States. Well, a guy named Leonard from a company, I'm going to butcher it, Bergzeux, B-E-R-G-Z-E-U-X, Bergzeux, out of Germany, Heimat, Germany. He emailed me and he said, hey man, I got some awesome stoves. Would you want to check them out? I did a review on their X-Fire 19 earlier, and this is about their X-Boil, which is an alcohol stove-based system. Really, really cool stove. One thing that I like about Leonard is that he sent it to me no strings attached. I do not accept anything from a company if they say, this is what you have to say, and we need to see it before you let it out. I'm not making commercials. Leonard didn't ask for anything. He didn't even ask for a review. He just said, I'm going to send these things to you if you like them. Look, these companies know that this is what I do. I make stove videos. If I like your stove, I'm going to make a video about it. But a little secret is if I don't like your stove, I'm going to make a video about it too, because you guys deserve to know whether it's any good or not. Now, Leonard, you have nothing to worry about because these stoves, as you know, are very, very cool. Let me show you guys the X-Boil system. Guys, I'm telling you, this is one of those stoves that I'm excited about. I got an offer to review this from the company, and I saw it and I thought, well, that could be cool. And then I got it, and it's actually cooler than I thought it would be. So this is the ring of the stove. Key thing is that you build it from the outside. So you don't want to go from the inside. You want to go from the outside, pop it, and there you go. I mean, it is dead simple. So that's that. This is 4.25 in diameter and 2.75 tall. The windshield, or this windscreen, is 28 grams, okay? When you open up the stove, okay, you're gonna get 3 little pot stands, okay? And those are 5.4 grams total. And those pop on just like this. I'll show you this in a second, guys. I'll show you in a little second here. You can see how those 3 little stands, when you center them, I'm moving it, but it puts your pot right over the top. All right, sorry, ran out of memory on my card, so I have to see where we were there. We're talking about how these 3 little stands there, they hold your pot in the perfect position. They kind of they put it just a little bit below the level of the actual windscreen, and then it puts it right above the top of the actual stove. This is a safety burner. Basically, it's got these removable pieces of carbon felt. You can put the fuel in there and then turn it over. It will absolutely not leak out, which is really, really cool. So really safe. You can pull out these discs. You can see it's got this little space for your finger. You can pull out these discs. You can put gel fuel in there. You can actually put a solid fuel tablet in there if you want to. So you can use this as kind of a multi-fuel stove as well. It comes with this small, as I showed you guys earlier, the small one. You can get the medium and the large. It fits a standard 750 milliliter pot, like the Tokes, for example. It's got a maximum of a 4-inch diameter to fit inside of this. If it goes over that 4 inches, or goes a little bit over the size of this screen, then it'll just have to sit right on top of the screen instead of fitting down inside of it. It's super lightweight, really, really cool. You can use it with a different stove if you want. You can use it with a Trangia, for example, but overall really cool. These little stands fit right inside of the actual stove, just like that. You can close this up, and this is easily taken apart, just like that, and then you can roll this up even tighter to put it inside of your actual pot. So super, super nice, really, really cool. We're gonna do a standard 2-cup boil test with this bad boy. I really want this stove to work extremely well, and I think it's gonna work just fine. I have boiled with it already. And we have to remember going into this, this is a alcohol stove. So we want to kind of compare it to, for example, the Trangia. You're not going to get these fast boil times. You're not going to get 2 cups of water boiling in 3 or 4 minutes. It's going to take 8, 10, 12 minutes, depending on things. But overall, this system, for the price, 50 euros, not cheap. Not cheap at all, to be honest with you. I mean, this is just a little puck stove, nothing fancy. The actual stands are pretty neat. This is also very, very nice. Pretty expensive, but this is a small company producing a product that is kind of a niche product. So let me go ahead and set this thing up. Let's boil 2 cups of water, see how long 1 ounce of fuel will burn inside of this little stove, and then we'll talk about it. So there it is. That's a pretty awesome stove. I didn't mention, I think earlier, this is the X-Boil 90-100. They have different sizes, but this is the 90-100. Pretty awesome little system. Let's talk pros and cons, and then we'll talk a little bit about the stove itself. We'll start with pros, and there are several. It is stupid lightweight. It's got built-in wind protection with a windscreen that not only protects your pot if you have a pot that's 4 inches or smaller that will sit down in the windscreen, but you can also use it with multiple types of stoves. You don't just have to use their puck stove. You can use a Trangia. You can do whatever you want. If the Trangia is a little bit close to the bottom of the pot, then just use a bigger pot. Don't use the little pot stands. Put it on top of the actual windscreen. It'll work just fine. You can put a couple of stakes across it. You could use the stakes that come with the X-Fire to lift your pot up a little bit. It's going to suffer a little more in the wind because of that, but you have lots and lots of options, and that's pretty cool. You can use it for a pot like we did. You can use it for a frying pan. Just set it right on top. Again, lots of options. It's also very, very easy to pack, which is super nice. I mean, it's crazy how lightweight this thing is, guys. As far as cons go, I mean, I think the biggest one is probably cost of shipping. I have no idea because I didn't buy it, but the cost of shipping is probably pretty high, and the overall cost of this system is pretty high when you look at what you're getting. But again, it is an engineered product by a small company in a different country. It's not going to be cheap necessarily, guys. Honestly, what's not to love about the product? I think that it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It is crazy light. It's easy to pack. It's novel in design. It's fun to use. It's got all the things that make me real excited. I think it's Wrangler Star. He says it's the kind of thing that gives him the fizz. This is the kind of thing that gives me the fizz. The way that the pot stands hook on is pretty ingenious to me. I've never seen anything like that. It fits right inside of the stove, which is already tiny and super lightweight. So everything's just kind of right there. There's not a simpler way to go about putting together a system that has a stove, a pot stand, and wind protection. And by the way, like I said, you want to take the felt out of your stove. You want to use a solid fuel stove or a solid fuel puck. You want to use gel stove. You do whatever you want. It will work with this stove. Really, really versatile. When I was sent this stove, initially, I was sent information about it and I saw it. I thought, this is going to be really cool. I got it in the mail and I thought, I don't know, is this going to work? I was worried that the distance wasn't right between the pot and the flame wasn't going to be strong enough. At the end of the day, it works very well. It is a very simple alcohol stove. It's not super powerful because it's an alcohol stove, but it works perfectly well, and I'm super excited about it. And if you're looking for an ultralight kit that is everything you need all in one, don't look any further. I want to thank Leonard for sending this out to me, trusting me with his product. I think that he knew I probably would like him, and he's confident in his product. And like any company that's confident in their product, he sent it out and said, don't worry about it. If you like it, make a video. And he knew I would like it, and I did very much like it. Do me a favor, guys, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up down below. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscription button. Really helps spread things across YouTube. I have an entire playlist on stoves, well over 200 videos now, all kinds of stoves. So make sure you check that out. I'll leave links down below to this company that I cannot pronounce, and I would appreciate anyone out there who can help me pronounce it. Any people who know German much better than me, I got you covered on Spanish. I can probably do pretty well and fake it in Italian, but German, no way. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.